Hi, it's Sam Tolbert, Sound of Joy Music Services, and we're giving you a prelude as to what is coming next month for our church organists, but not just the ones who establish, but the ones who are coming over from the piano or from the keyboard and who are looking to get comfortable on the organ. This is a different setup than we normally use. There's no foot pedals for this. We're just going to get you comfortable on the actual keyboard, the length, which is just 61 keys, like on your 61 key keyboards. This is the key length that you'll be dealing with. You've got, of course, the drawbars. Now we're doing this manual. We don't have our normal controller hooked up because I'm on a different setup. Just to doing lessons like this, we want to give you that basic setup. So if you're looking and watching the drawbars being moved right here, we want you to go to the first set of the white drawbars and pull it out, let's say 7, and we'll go 4. I'm going to give you that setting. We want you to hear what that's going to sound like. Now, if you don't have a regular organ, you can go to your keyboard and just mimic this sound. So you can hear that in the background. Hit those notes that you see me hitting. Well, this may be a little bit easier to see. You want to make sure that your notes sound kind of like this, because that's where we're going to work from when I call these basic organ chords. Now, I got my Chordy app set up to B flat, because I want to take you away from what everybody says start in C. We're going to go to B flat, because that's where we're going to work on what I call your basic organ chords, which is going to encompass keys and scales in a lot of different keys. Just those chords right there encompass keys in C, F, G minor, E flat, B flat, and F, just in those chords. You may call that, see the E major scale, so there's all the notes in C. Now we're in the scales that's in the G flat, D minor scale, which is also the F major scale. And now we're back to a B major 6, which is giving us chords in the G minor scale, which is the same scale as B flat major. These chords are jazz in nature. Yes, we have a Leslie. So now I'm working top down. Normally you want to start from your root to get your chord, but I'm getting from the top note, building my chords right there, so I can go the advantage the organ player has over just about every other instrument. They can hold a note and build just from that one note. So I can go here and now change my keys. There it is. Let's try that again. Starting at the top, build my chords from the bottom. Now I can add a low, because now without foot pedals, it's sort of what they call rootless chords. So I've got to find a path for the melody to take those chords. So if I were to go, now add a low note. All starting from the top. Yes, basic organ chords. Why? Because we are building these chords from the chords that we shared in our earlier chord building series. This is what is coming for the month of May to help musicians get a lot more comfortable, not a little, a lot more comfortable when they switch to the organ. We're going to bring in some of the highs now. We're going to pull the highs from. This is a virtual organ, so it's going to be very sensitive. If you're on a real organ, you may not be as sensitive. You may have to pull out a little more. We just want a little bit of a tinny sound at the top. Run those chords again. I want you to see those chords. You've got the chordy up at the top showing you where the fingers are, our virtual organ showing you the notes on a virtual organ, and the chordy app showing you the name of these chords. I'm holding them out so you can see that. Now that's being held on my left hand, so you can see this is the left hand, this is the right hand. Right hand, left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand, left hand. So this is a joint effort. Both hands, in order for you to really get comfortable playing the organ, you're going to have both hands trained so that you can do this. So all that movement is just through different various scales, but the left hand is holding down where those notes are going to fall just by playing a chord. Down the F, B flat major scale. Or we're going to go to G flat or C flat. So the chords are, again, when you play the piano, that's where you're building your chords. When you go to the organ, that's when you're putting them all into use. You're going to do the drop down. Again, without the foot pedals. A little classical feel. Just following a pattern. The 4 E flat, F the 5, and back to the 1. And as you can see, you can do a lot with basic organ chords that your piano would leave you up in the air because you got to continually hit the piano in order to do these chords. Now, what kind of song should we assign to this? You often would say, well, you want to have Christian songs, church songs, songs like hymns. No, the organ was built as an electronic version of a pipe organ, but the jazz musicians, when they came to the church, they used it to express more openly what they were feeling with their chords. Just a closer walk with thee. There's your melody. Then they could find their chords. you know there's going to be that seventh in there. Get the seventh chord. Drop it down. You gotta know your melodies. Your diminished chords. Your tritones. Now, without a bass on the bottom of this chord, it may sound a little bit airy. So you want to bring up this lower drawbar right here and this one just a little bit to give you now a little more bottom. Now you can try that again with just chords. So now that's what happens when you begin to expand on your chords. Now going back to the very basic setting here is where you would do work on your drop two chords. I know this may look really old-timey, but that's what these songs are. You can add your contemporary chords. A little churchy. That all that is just jumping, diminished chord. Turn up the Leslie. Now you can go to the 1 or go to the G flat. No, B. There it is. And drop. There we go. And you will find that the physical notes on a organ are a lot lighter, so your finger work will actually double if you have finger work to begin with. And again, the chords are basic in nature. Why? Because they are built off of scales. I forgot those changes. All right, so I've given you a lot so far. This is just a prelude to what is coming during the month of May as we're looking to help our musicians become more comfortable in the changeover and let them know it's just music. But you're going to pick up on particular styles, not just the jazz style or the traditional church style, but on the classical style also, because you will have the ability to do different fingerings. There it is. that is your prelude coming for May. Sam Tobin, Sound of Joy Music Services. If you haven't forgot to yet, like the video and of course leave a comment and share. Take care.